All right, you guys still out there? Hopefully you're not tired of me yet. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of talking in this whole thing that I do. If you guys want me to talk less and play more music, let me know. Because I want this show to be about you guys too. I don't want to just come on here and just talk and just run my mouth, because I'm kind of a humble person and I don't really talk that much. So it's odd for me to talk. So if I'm too much, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Talk more. Apparently you haven't been watching. So Nate, if you're there, give me 1 minute. Hang tight. I'm going to bring you back in, brother. Alright, I see Brittany. I remember, yeah, I sent you to the hospital one time. I'm sorry about that. A lot of hospital stories and carnage tonight. We were playing in Brower House in Illinois, and I was standing on my mic stand. And if you guys have ever seen my mic stand, I call it my levitation station. I got pegs in it, and I climb it, and I sit on it. But this was an early prototype model. And I was on it, right? So I'm about chest level with everyone in the crowd. Lost my balance. Long story short, mic stand goes flying into the crowd, and Brittany's holding her glass right here. Smashed. Glass everywhere. Blood. She had to go to the hospital, get stitches. And it's a testament to you guys and how awesome you are, because you still come to the shows. I appreciate that. Alright. I'm going to play you guys a song, and I don't have anything really queued up, so give me a suggestion. Hey, somebody's got the Nosferatu filter. I see that. Deep Dead David, what's up, dude? Yeah, Brower House. The old Brower House was crazy, man. That place burned down, right? I almost kicked you in the face in San Diego. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I may have, but I meant it in a good way. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm glad that song got you through some stuff, Married in the Storm. I appreciate it. That was one of the songs that just kind of like clicked for me, and I'm glad a lot of people love that song, and that means a lot, you know. It astounds me when Blitzkid would play it live, just to see people beating each other up and moshing to that song, because it's a love song. But oh man, yeah, the old Brower House. If you guys are from Chicago or ever been to Chicago, crazy, interesting. I don't know if you guys who were familiar with the Brower House, who went there, if you knew, but there, about 2 miles away, was the site of a really, since we're on the theme of carnage, terrible train wreck back in the 30s. I might be wrong on that, but it was full of sideshow freaks, for lack of a better term. Animals, elephants, giraffes, all that stuff. And everyone, just carnage. Final Destination style, dead. All right. And a lot of these people had no homes. They were transients. You know, they were true carnies. So they were just buried in unmarked graves there in that suburb of Chicago. And there, which is a good testament to the town there. You know, I don't think it's Lombard, but whatever's close to Lombard. They put a monument up. And if you guys search for it, it's actually, they did it for the circus animals that died. It's a statue of an elephant on a ball, and it memorializes that whole tragedy. I mean, a fucking train full of circus performers and animals going up in flames. That's crazy. And then the Brower House went up in flames. All right, let me see what I got here. I got a couple of requests here. Yep, the big cemetery, that's right. There's a myth that you can still hear the animals making noise in the graveyard. I believe it. Not an apparitional tour in Denver. I was climbing in the rafters during Nosferatu. Yeah, I got to break away, you know, for a minute and climb things. Why do songs like Hellraiser and Nosferatu have C in them? Because that was a fuck up. They're not supposed to have that. Antidote Records did that, or not Antidote, but the record label after that we were on. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think the C was supposed to mean copyright, and then it got translated to C, so it's not supposed to say C. It drives me crazy too. Yeah, it's just one of the many mishaps in Blitz Kids' history of producing stuff. All right. Yeah, we're looking forward to coming to see you guys too, man. Mesa, Arizona is always good for us. I'm going to play you guys some music I haven't forgot. I'm just waiting to see if some more people want to jump in here. Guys going off on Blood Cave, man. All right. I'm winging it. Hey, Mike, you're one of us. Don't resist your urge, you've got to feed. Hey, Mike, your days of dust, the shallows of the cave, you're trembling. Ain't waiting for the night to come, to set sun, be the only ones to breathe on life as we rip the spine out of this night. And nobody's gonna even care if they smudge stare. We're gonna take them there to the layer of caves, we'll be sideways for stage of lights. Hey, Mike, you're music, your balmy skin is screeching at the sun. Hey, Mike, you're change quick. Welcome to this Sunday way of fun. Ain't waiting for the night to come, with the set sun, be the only ones to breathe on life as we rip the spine out of this night. And nobody's gonna even stare if there's much stare. We're gonna take them there to the layer of caves, we'll be starting with stage of light. Solo. Anybody wanna hum the solo out there? I'll do it. I'm really good at humming solos. Ask Loki. This solo is too fucking long and it's time to go back to the song. Ain't waiting for the night to come to its set sun, be the only ones, yeah. Ain't waiting for the night to come to its set sun, be the only ones, yeah. Breathe on life as we rip the spine out of this night. Chop them up and then we'll take us up, then we'll pass a cup full of an ancient blood and reel all night, cause we know for sure we on for strike. Chop them up, then we'll take us up, and then we'll pass a cup full of an ancient blood and reel all night, cause we know for sure we on for strike. You're holding tight to friends and family, but when the fires burn tonight, who will you be? Come on, tell me, hey Mike, hey Mike. Holding tight to friends and family, but when the fires burn tonight, who will you be? Come on, tell me, hey Mike, hey Mike, hey Mike, in the Blood Cave light. There's a little Blood Cave for you guys out there. Interesting story, that's the second song I ever wrote. The Hills Have Eyes was the first song that I ever wrote, and it didn't make it onto an album until Terrifying Tales. And then I wrote Hey Mike. It was called Hey Mike, right? About the Lost Boys, of course. The Lost Boys of great legend. So yeah, I wrote that song in 1998. It didn't really sound the way that it is on the album. I kind of like scotted up a little more, but it definitely was in that vein. But it's about the Lost Boys. So, Blitz Kid's version of the Fiend Club, yeah, it was, we call it Fiends Club, but it was a tribute, you know, we just didn't want to get sued, because, of course, we're going to want to come after our garage demo. Hills Have Eyes, yeah, man, you know, that was the first time I ever wrote a song. I just sat down and was like, I'm going to write a song, and I love the Hills Have Eyes, so, yeah, it was a crazy second song to write, man, you know, like, and we had a lot of songs in Blitz Kid that just never made the cut. We had a song called Carnival. I'll have to bring TB on here soon, and we'll just do an episode of just like Blitz Kid songs that time forgot. We had a song called Werewolf. We had a song called Crystal Lake. We had a song called Weirdos. We had a song called Baby Monsters. We had so many Blitzkid songs, you guys, that this never made made the cut. So, yeah, we'll definitely have to get TB on here. So, that's all right. The Brass Rail show, that was it, man. The Brass Rail was where the riot happened. And they sent the fire department for some reason, not the cops. I don't understand that. That was kind of my fault, by the way. And if anybody was from Indiana is out there or at that show, then you know I'm shooting you straight. I can't for sure say it was my fault, but I think it was, because we got a little crazy that night, and it was a mixed bag. It was kind of the punk rock crowd, which was slim, and more of the, hey, it's Friday night, let's go out and drink crowd, which is more what was happening there. And a lot of drinking had been going on by the time we played. We got crazy, and I ripped the ceiling fan, part of the ceiling fan down. I don't remember why. And then shit got crazy. I guess like a lot of the jocks drinking were like, yeah, and it just turned into a fight. And I think my friend Monica C out there actually may have a photo of this riot, of like everybody just running around. Oh my God, sorry, I missed something here. Lady in the Lake, yeah, I'll have to do that one for you guys too. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, we're going to get Noah on here too, TB, for sure, you guys. I mean, we got a lot of Mondays ahead of us. I appreciate you guys joining me too. Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm sorry if I'm missing your guys' questions, you guys. Howling, right on. You know what? We might just come on here and play some unreleased songs instead of recording them. How's that? So only if you're here tuning in will you get to see them. Cold Skin and Dead Again. Kinda. So it happened. They happened. One ended where the other one began, and it just seemed like it made a good segue live. But thematically, it does loosely tie together. So on an album format, it still translates. Children of Bodom, short version of Pretty in a Casket. What? Children of Bodom did a short version of Pretty in a Casket in concert 2 years ago. Really? DM me. Surely you jest. That would be amazing if Children of Bodom covered Pretty in a Casket. Fuck yeah. All right, you guys, I'm catching up on some of these questions. You saw us first in Montreal when the band got... Yeah, we were in an accident. That's right. That was on the Michael Graves tour. Our van, I was driving. Nim Vind was in the van. We were on our way to the Piranha Bar in Montreal. Worst of luck with Montreal. Blitzkid, we were going to play... not Sneaky D's, but something in Montreal, and someone got stabbed the night before, and they shut the venue down, and then it ended up getting shut down. But in this particular time, we were going to Montreal to play with Graves, and the guys in Graves were already ahead, and I was driving with Nim Vind in our van, and our van's huge at the time, right? We were going through a light. A lady hit her brakes in front of me. She had a baby on board sticker. I look to my right. This is all like in fragmentary seconds, and I see a tractor trailer. But I figured it'd probably be best to hit the truck than a baby. So I just told everybody, hold on, good luck, everybody. We pulled it over to the right, and we got rear-ended by a tractor trailer, and we sat on the side of the road for 4.5 hours until the police came and wrote a report. No one was hurt, thankfully. I think Nim Vind beat his arm up a little bit, but luckily we survived. It could have been a lot worse. We made it 10 minutes before we were supposed to play. The show went on. So, anyway, I'm glad you made it to the show in Montreal. Thank you. Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Yeah, of course. Let's see. How about a little from Starlight? We could do that. Let's see. I want to see this Pyromantic Eyes tattoo. Isaac, I think you're the one who has the spiders and flies tattoo, right? So, I want to see this Children of Bodom vid too. So if you guys have it, send it to me, please. I'm glad you guys. Thank you for being here. Again, thank you guys. Bear with me while I want to go through all these questions because I don't want to leave people hanging if I don't have to. I did not hear this cover, Punk Rock Princess. I'm sorry. You have to send that to me, please. If you guys, yeah, Hollow Bodies. I need to get Chris White on here. We can do some Hollow Bodies for you guys as well. If you guys haven't checked it out, go to Spotify. Hollow Bodies, more just acoustic versions of these songs. Yeah, we sat there for 4.5 hours waiting. Literally, we just sat there and just peed in the grass and just looked at the Tim Hortons too far away to walk to. Do I remember hitting the dead deer in Virginia? I do. To be clear, I didn't hit the dead deer. The deer was dead. The deer was dead when it got hit. Michael Graves tour, again, a lot of vehicular incidents. Loki from Michael Graves and myself were following in his truck, and Arturo, the merch guy, was ahead of us, and dude, Art just creamed this deer. It had been dead for so long too. I'm surprised no one took it off the road, but it was it was cold enough for excuse me, the heat to be on. So when we drove through it, it was just this wafting of dead deer flesh. But that pretty much fucked his truck up. But no, we made it. Let's see here. So that's the dead deer story. Yeah, I mean, I'm always up to play with Graves. Doing another playlist for Spotify. Yeah, if you guys want to hop on if you go to Spotify, if you go to Argyle Goolsby on Spotify, if you scroll down, I have a playlist of, I call it my fringe influences. A lot of stuff on there. You'll probably hear me cover. If you hear anything on there you want me to cover, let me know. Appreciate that. Yeah, man, there's a lot of vehicular incidents. That's not the only deer I've hit either. That's right, man. Old Demon 13. That was your show. We almost didn't make it to because of the deer, the wayward deer. My favorite Misfits era, I don't have one. It's time moves with music. Do you know what I mean? And I see them both as valid bands. You know what I mean? What's in the name, right? 40s. The show in 4Ds when some asshole punched the sound guy's wife, got punched in the face. I don't remember that. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Nate Raven over there has a huge jacklight tattoo. Thank you very much. Tampa with the brass mug, right on. Hey man, Australia, dude, I miss Australia. Ed Undead says Australia misses us. Australia was amazing. That was one of the best times I ever had in my life. So cool. 2 shows, in and out, but game changer. I remember that fully. Dear Theta Hollow Bodies, man, right on. Thank you. I'll maybe try to get something like that going. Sorry, you guys. I'm tapping my screen here. I'm trying to make things move. Let's see here. Yeah, we already get TB on here. I do have a demo of Thickets out there. I did hear Danzig sings Elvis. Gripes, oh my god, that's going way back, right? The song I'm most proud of in general. I don't know what you mean. Do you mean of my song, or am I just proud of? I'm really proud of The End by The Doors. I'm proud of those guys. For me, I don't know. There's a lot of them. I met Michael Graves many years ago through Paul Lifeless when they were recording Punk Rock is Dead. So, yeah. Anyways. All right, you guys. If you're still with me, jumping back to the movies, the movie thing. So we did Cat People last week. If you guys are still down to watch some more flicks, all right, this week, I highly recommend this next one, okay? If you're a fan of Metropolis, which I am, surprise, surprise, then you'll know the director of this movie. Anybody? It'd be Mr. Fritz Lang. So the next movie is going to be a Fritz Lang movie. It's called Scarlett Street. And it was a film that he did once he had immigrated to America, during World War II for obvious reasons, right? Scarlett Street stars a very young Joan Bennett. And if all of my Dark Shadows geeks are out there, then you know Joan Bennett is the matriarch of Collinwood Manor, Carolyn's daughter. So she plays the main ingenue in that movie. Super good movie. I don't want to give away anything. Not really a horror movie. Kind of like a precursor early film noir movie. But there are definitely some elements in it that are chilling, I guess is a good way to put it. I know it's on Amazon Prime right now for free. So if you go on Amazon Prime, it's for free. It may be on YouTube. I don't know. You guys might want to check it out on there. But amazing, amazing movie. You know, I don't want to talk it up too much. You guys might not like it, but it's definitely worth checking out. It's on Argyle Goolsby's list of 100 movies that you have to see before you die. Film noir, yes. That's right. Story behind Slaughter at the Sock Hop, it's loosely Carrie. You know what I mean? It's kind of, instead of telekinetic powers, the person in question just uses a good old-fashioned axe. So, all right. Lauren Wiles has confirmed it is on Prime. My favorite non-horror silent films. I like Sparrows with Lillian Gish. It's a good one. It's more or less, she's kind of heralding a bunch of orphans, or Orphans in the Storm. Sorry, that's the name of it. Yeah, there's some really good scenes in that. I like D.W. Griffith, some of his stuff. I'm trying to think who else. I love George Méliès, right? He's the father of special effects. Not really horror movies, but fantasy, phantasmagoria, if you would. Title again. It is Scarlett Street. Scarlett Street, 1945, I think. And that is starring Joan Bennett, directed by Fritz Lang. And it's on Xfinity Demand. My take on the Mothman, man, you're catching me too late in this program, because I'll just take the rest of the time for that. I think that it is an ultra-terrestrial. I don't think that it's corporeal in any way. I think it takes corporeal form. What I mean by ultra-terrestrial is I think that it can go through dimensions, right? Like, hey, check me out. I'm the Mothman. I'm in your world. Now I'm not. Peace out. Oh, look, I'm here again. I'm going to fucking scare you. Bye. That's my take on the Mothman. What his purpose is, I don't know. Some people attribute it to being a harbinger of death, harbinger of doom, which goes back to even the old Banshee legend of Ireland, you know, precursor to tragedy. You know, that's what a lot of people think. So I tend to lean that way with it. I think they're, I don't want to say extraterrestrial because that indicates space and time. But I think ultra-terrestrial is better. It's more dimensional. And Scarlett Street is free on Vudu, I see. You're very welcome. I hope you enjoy the movie. Segundo de Chamon. Yeah, the Red Spectre right there. That was found in 1908. Found pretty recently. So it's a very good one. But yeah, My Dying Bride. I might do that for you. Big Heat's another, yeah, that's another really good Fritz Lang one. I like that one too. I agree. So, what you guys doing out there? I hope you guys are enjoying this. So, as I said, I'm not really a host per se. I like to think of myself as an entertainer to a degree. But that's when I'm doing stuff on stage, plugged in. Right now, I really just don't know what to do. But I am enjoying being here. So, see, somebody just got here. Look who it is. You want to come say hello? I think Madam Tiger wants to say hello to you guys. She said hello. All right, there you are. Say hi. Someone put a mask on the Mothman statue. I didn't see that. We used to put t-shirts. We used to tape a t-shirt to the Mothman Blitz Kid t-shirts whenever we would go through and take pictures of them. That seemed to be something that caught on with other bands. Aha. Yeah, you could definitely suggest some films to watch. That's totally cool. Yeah, that's something we could definitely do. Maybe we'll do that next week. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw in a pool and do a vote. Candyman's a great movie. Candyman's very good. I love Candyman. Candyman scared the hell out of me when I was a kid. That was a truly frightening movie. It really was. And I am interested to see the remake. I'm curious to see where it goes. I met Tony Todd years ago. I don't know if you're talking about the movie or the song, but these do relate together. I was playing Horror Hound Convention in Indianapolis, and Tony Todd was there, and Jess and Nate, who operate Horror Hound, were kind enough to introduce me to him. And I had Candyman queued up by Blitz Kid on on YouTube. I was like, all right, check it out. And I played it for him. He's just like, all right, not bad. Candyman approved. Oh, man. Someone has a pet rat named after me. I love it. Thank you so much. There's someone who has someone named their child after me. You know, like crazy that is? That's awesome. I don't know if he's here. Royal Talshoma out in Arizona. They have a child named Argyle Talashoma. So, rats, babies, chia pets, bring them on, man. I gotta make my legacy somehow. I'm more than happy to be a part of your furry critters and your babies and your plants. I love it. Oh man, yeah, TT's grumpy right now, you guys. I don't have any tattoos done by Paul. I need to. You know, Paul, if you guys are familiar with Paul Acker, go check his work out. I mean, really doesn't need me to speak for him. His work speaks for itself, but amazing tattoo artist. Super cool dude. Dude's my homie. I've been fortunate enough to, you know, have him work on some Argyle Goolsby. Oh, there's the camera. Hey, up here. I'm looking at you guys. He did the video for Ghostlight Waltz, which was really good. A lot of fun. So, not only is he a great artist, but he's got really, you know, great directorial skills, and just his artistic means aren't really confined to tattooing, you know what I mean? But I do need a tattoo by him. I'm either debating on Tim Capello from The Lost Boys, I still believe, or the Werecat from Thriller. You know, it bothers me because the Wikipedia entry for the Thriller calls it a werewolf, and it's not a werewolf, man. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Rick Baker could clear it up. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to know that. Carnival of Souls is a great movie. Paranormal Experiences. I have many. I've had many experiences. I'm trying to think of, like, I don't even know which ones to just jump off with right away. But there was one time I was staying at a friend's house. This guy named Seth. He did all these tattoos on this arm. Actually, sorry. He worked at a shop called Ancient Art in Charleston, West Virginia, and I was staying with him and Stripes, actually, drummer from Blitzkid at the time. We were visiting, and he lived in a like a condo, pretty just benign. There was nothing really weird about it, nothing strange. But that night, as Stripes and I were sleeping on opposite sides of the room on different couches, I just had this feeling like I couldn't wake up. And when I did finally wake up, I noticed that my fan, because I was sleeping with a fan on, a big box fan, it had stopped. But it was still, the motor was, you could smell that electricity, that pungent kind of electrical burn. And I kid you not, it started going the other way around against the motor on its own. And then it stopped and sped up really fast and then stopped. So I jumped up, turned it off, and I was trying to wake Stripes up. And he wouldn't wake up. So I was like, I don't know if you hear me, but I'm going to the van and I'm not coming back in. So if you're coming, come now. And I go out to the van. It's like 5 in the morning. It's cold. I'm in my underwear. I get in the van. I'm under like the blanket. Moments later, Stripes comes busting in. He's like, dude, I could hear everything you were saying. I just couldn't wake up. So he was experiencing the same thing I was. And come to find out, the whole house was haunted. I found out from my friend. So that's Paranormal Experience number 22 out of the book. Top 5 Joel songs. Let's get Nate back on here. Nate, come back on, brother. Sewing Argyle Goolsby cross and bandana along with the patches. Right on. Thank you very much. Always pleased to be a part of your guys' battle vests, man. Candyman. You're very welcome. Let's see here. Is the cross stitch in the room? It is, but if I move, I'm going to lose service. Like I did that the first week with Davey Calabrese. I'm in a very confined space right now. Otherwise, I would have more for you to look at than wall. The Lighthouse. I have not seen The Lighthouse, but it's on my list. I was talking about that with my friend Sam this week from Monsters Are Good. And he's not really into it, but I'm into it. So I'm going to check it out. I definitely want to see that. I like anything nautical and ghost related, so. You're very welcome for me posting your cat on your birthday. She's a sweet, sweet cat. Your kid's middle name is Goolsby? Is that because of me? Right on, thank you so much. Raising kids on Blitz Kid tunes. Like, that's the coolest part. One of the coolest parts for me is I was a kid when I wrote these, more or less, and now people are letting their kids hear it. And maybe, man, maybe, you know what I'm saying? The children, the youth will carry this into the future for us. Argyle Talisham. I'm sorry I keep saying your name wrong, brother. Picture Dorian Gray, yes. Wall Street the Ford acoustic, yeah. Thank you. You know, we kept that one minimal. Salem, Massachusetts in the house. What's up? Which city represent? The most genuinely scary black and white horror movie, in my opinion, scary, Night of the Living Dead. And I know that seems like there's a lot like there's Kuroneko, which is like a Japanese movie, which I think's really scary. And you know, there's a lot of obscure stuff that I could say, but I mean, really, man, it's just like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I can go off on all these different kinds of sandwiches, but like sometimes PB&J is it's the shit, right? And that's Night of the Living Dead. Very scary. Very, very scary. The tension built up in that is really good. So, Argyle Street. Yeah, I've heard about that. Somebody sent me an Argyle Street sign one time. We got Alejandro here from Argentina. What's up, man? Hope we can get back there. We played there with Slim Jim Phantom back in 2009. Well, we were in Brazil. Hey, guys, Nate's coming in. And I'll have to tell you the story about Slim Jim Phantom. No disrespect to the guy, but like we had to share a van with him. What's up, dude? I'm sorry, I'm like story.
Oh, no big deal. No big deal, man. How's it going?
I'm telling everybody about Slim Jim Phantom when we were riding around Slim Jim Phantom in South America. What a trip that was! I'm like, this motherfucker from Stray Cats sitting right next to us.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I was just on my live stream. I just got a request for some Stray Cats, so I chose I Won't Stand in Your Way. And did not know that was that big of a doozy of a song to play, but it definitely is. Yeah.
My favorite Stray Cats song was Fishnet Stockings, man.
Oh, I love that
song. Loves Fishnet Stockings. When she gets knocked, there ain't no stopping it. Fishnet Stockings.
They were great, man. I just watched the Stiv Bators documentary.
I saw it too.
Yeah, he was living with Lee Rocker and Slim Jim Phantom for a little while in England when he was doing Lords of the New Church and stuff.
Yeah, interesting, man. Yeah, Stiv Bators, man. That's another. That's another dude that's just like cut down in his prime, man.
Yeah, I think he had a lot more. I think he would have ended up like almost like a Tom Waits, Nick Cave. Like I think he would have gone on to be that. which same thing with Johnny Thunders, man. I feel the same. Like they would have gone on to be like one of those great American songwriter kind of guys.
I agree, man. Bat Don up here says he bought a Blitzkid shirt the other day. Thank you very much. And I'm sure, Nate, you're being a musician as you are. You're in the same boat a lot of us are. It helps us out, man. Thank you guys so much. I know for me personally, I don't know what merch you guys have up right now. If you want to shout it out, for me personally, if you go to A Corpse with No Name store, we have a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde 100-year centennial, I'm being redundant, shirt. We have one for Dr. Caligari. Just pick up a shirt, man. You don't have to, but you know what I mean? Like, it helps us out. Lean times right now. I have a thing set up for donations if you want to. You don't have to, but if you go to my bio link, I think it is on my Instagram profile, it'll say ACWNN.com/live. There's a lot of projects in the pipe, right? I'm sure the same with you. Like for me with the Nosferatu DVD, everything, there's a lot of things that are hinged on touring and finances brought in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it keeps the production rolling. You know what I mean? It keeps us from sitting here and just like, I can't wait to do stuff again.
I've been blown away by the just doing my live streams and the amount of people that are actually tuning in and leaving tips. I didn't really expect that. I didn't even want to put my Venmo and PayPal up there, but man, I really appreciate if anybody who's watching here. I think there's a couple people who've been tuning into my stuff. I really appreciate that, guys. That's awesome. And if you guys do want, I know there's a couple, I think up on our Paranoia House merch store, our production company, we've got a couple vinyls left of Quarantine Days, but we're about to put out 4 new t-shirt designs. Probably next month, probably the first week of May. So we're working on that and a couple new vinyl releases, some old songs, and then some new songs that are just going to be for Spotify and stuff like that. But there's going to be 2 new songs coming out in the next couple months, along with a bunch of new merch. So we're kind of at a re-up moment, and this, the coronavirus has halted it a little bit. Even the show we were supposed to play with you, May 8th, at Southgate House. But that got pushed back. I think it's rescheduled to October 27th, right?
Yes, I think 27th or 28th. I'm not really sure, but it is rescheduled. A lot of people are postulating now that the world's not going to be ready by October. Like, there's studies, they're like, you can't reset society that quickly. And there is some science to that, I do believe. I try to, separate opinion from science as much as possible, but who knows? And a lot of people are asking about October. All I know is we're booked. We're ready. We're ready to fucking rock. Worst case scenario, the man says we can't do it, then we just rebook it again. We're going to be out there. The man.
I got a bad case of stickitodemoniosis.
Yeah, I know, man.
But no, whatever happens, I do know that show will happen regardless, even if we do have to push it back. Because I know the guys working on that show and the whole Southgate House team is so hyped to have Blitzkid back, dude. So
I can't wait to get back, man. Yeah, I've wanted to play that venue forever. If you guys aren't familiar with Southgate House in Newport, Kentucky, aka basically Cincinnati, it's a church, right? And I mean, it's awesome in there, man. It's like vaulted ceiling, pipe organs, all that stuff. So,
and it's run by just the best staff of dudes, and they're like a big family. And they've been following Blitzkid since the Sudsies days and since that. So they're equally as hyped. So no matter what, man, even if for some reason, God forbid, it does have to get pushed back, dude, like it'll happen at some point. You know what I mean?
It's gonna have to happen, man. I mean, that's the thing. We picked a doozy of a time to do a reunion tour.
Yeah, we could have saw that coming in though, man.
Our timing remains impeccable as it ever was. But no, man, we're going to be out there. We're going to be ready to go. So, and I mean, we've got like an hour and a half long set too, man. It's not just hey guys, we're here, in and out, hit it quick.
I remember, dude, those Blitzkid sets when I was playing with you are they're like a workout that you have to prepare for, dude. I will always give Blitzkid that, dude. Blitzkid You get your cardio in when you play a live set with Blitzkid,
Oh,
man.
God.
I'll tell you that.
It was just like, it was like ballet in a car wreck at the same time.
Yeah, that's the best part about it, man.
The Misfits played Massachusetts. Was at a church. Yeah, man. Let's get 2020 merch. All setting up in the attic right now, just waiting for the corona to go away.
That sucks so bad. It's like I said, I think everybody's going to be, I know I'm going to be really hyped to play when all this is over. So I think everybody, even music listeners are going to be really hyped to come out. And
I think so.
The mood in the room is going to be great when all of this is said and done and we can get in there,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how people go from social distancing to like slam dancing into one another.
Yeah, like tasting each other's sweat unintentionally. Yeah.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. I've inadvertently swallowed so much perspiration that wasn't mine. Oh.
Yeah, that's part of
Dude,
it.
One of the worst things that has ever happened to me in regards to just ingestion of a substance that did not need to be ingested. We were playing in Munich, and we were on Hell Nights tour, and we were on tour with this band called Banane Metallic. Which, which means like metal banana or something, right?
They're from France. For the south of France.
Were you and Rico on that tour?
I definitely toured with Banane Metallic for sure.
Okay, that was the night that Tracy almost gouged my eyeball out.
Yeah. You know where I think that actually was? I think that was in Hamburg.
Was it Hamburg? Okay.
And I think we played a club called Grunspan.
Grunspan, yeah. I have a scar right here from where Tracy almost took my eyeball out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That stage was so awesome. And I remember you climbed up and I don't know if you jumped off a monitor set or something.
Sounds about right.
Came down right on his guitar stock.
Yeah, so yeah, again, there's the issue with zigging when you should have zagged, and he was playing this guitar at the time. Its headstock was like this. It went straight. It was like
we went over this. You zig, I zag.
Yeah, dude, and like I just remember it lifted me off the ground, man. I remember I was like up on my toes. I was like, whoa. And it was
man, those guys. I hope those guys in Banane Metallic are okay. I really liked those guys. They were a crazy bunch, man.
They were, man. And that whole ingestion story relates to them. They had gone on before Blitzkid. And if you remember, man, I mean, they were covered in like fake blood, makeup, flour, talcum powder, dirt.
They had they had quite a stage production.
They just straight up rolled in shit before they went on stage.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. They look dusty.
Yeah, man. And like, keep in mind, microphones, right? They have the ball at the end. That's the globe, right? Here I am, first song of the set, Body Snatchers. I take a deep breath and go, whoa, you better run, right? I go, and I had my mouth on the mic. And when I went, it was just like a shot of salty, milky makeup perspiration that I swallowed instantly. And then I looked at it. It was running out of the microphone and it was pink.
Yeah. And that's how
that motherfucker's sweat. And I was like, ugh. I was like, you better. Ugh.
And that was the earliest detection of coronavirus.
Yeah, man.
Hey, dude, I think some of those Blitzkid tours and some of those early Epidemic tours may have done something for our immune systems, during all of this.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Yeah, just spending time in punk rock clubs with punk rock people.
Yeah.
One of the first, like, Blitzkid used to play a place called Hamptons back in like the early 90s. I got to get Trace in here to talk about this, man. This was fucking hilarious. There was very few people in Bluefield. I mean, you were there. You'd come down to visit. There were very few people who were really, even at the point when Blitzkid kind of caught on, that were really even truly into it. So at the onset in the early days, it was really rare to find anyone who was like into music, like rock and roll metal at our shows. We were just kind of like the band that was playing and people were drinking beer too. Sure. But word got out about us, and like all the surrounding areas, if there was a metalhead or a punk rocker, they would start coming to see us at Hamptons. And there was this guy, his name was Mike, and it's called a Metal Mike, and he was from a town called Rocky Gap, Virginia. I'll never forget this dude. We straight up, he was like, walking around with a pitcher of beer, and he asked, he's like, spit in it. And I was like, huh? He's like, spit in it. And I was like, I spit it, and then Tracy spit it, and then the drummer spit it, and then everybody in the venue spit in it. And he walked up, and you could see it just like there was a cigarette butt in there, and he's just like, and he kicked it all back, man, drank the whole thing, and we never saw him again. He's dead.
That's dead. Gross, dude.
He's dead. Totally.
Is he really dead?
Probably. Dude, and we used to, I remember one time, this sounds so terrible, I'm sorry, but like, we used to give away stuff at shows. Like, we would be like, all right, and that's how this whole thing started. We were like, what's the craziest thing that someone can do? And we didn't do this to him. We actually gave him a CD, but we had started out implying that we were going to get people CDs, and we would just give people like stuff like a dead bird. Like, we found a dead bird outside, and we put it in a bag, and we're like, all right, what's the craziest thing you do? And someone was like, here, hit me with this chair as hard as you can, like wrestling. And Tracy's like, whack, breaking the guy's back, and we're like, all right, here you go, buddy. He opened it up, and he was like, it's a fucking dead bird. We didn't kill the bird. The bird was already dead.
Pretty black metal.
Hey, somebody said, check out the movie House of Horror.
House of Horror, The Gates of Hell. Your song is in the movie.
Don't make me get Jello Biafra. That's unauthorized.
Yo, did I read
DM me Goldberry Cherry, Corey. I want to see this.
Did I read that Children of Bodom covered Pretty in a Casket?
That's what somebody said. I want to see that. So,
yeah, I do too. That would be fucking awesome.
I'm telling you, man. Dude, do you remember when Cradle of Filth came to see us play in Peabody's? Or two of the guys from Cradle of Filth?
Yeah, I do. You introduced me to him. And I think you and him...
Is Dave Pybus. And I forgot the guitar player's name. I'm sorry.
You and a couple of those guys had met before, I think, in Europe or something.
Well, Dave played on the Spooks album, Let There Be Dark. He played bass on one of them. And I
top 5 best horror records ever recorded.
Absolutely. You guys, The Spook, Let There Be Dark. One of the best albums you'll ever hear. And I'm not saying that because me and TB are on it. I'm happy. I'm just like, yo, I'm glad that I'm on this album because it's an amazing, amazing album. But yeah, Dave was on it, and they came to see us at Sudsy's, or not Sudsy's, Peabody's. God rest Peabody's.
Yeah.
Tore it down. But I remember they came out to see us, and they were like, yeah, man, we're in town. We wanted to come see you. They were like, we like your band. I was like, holy shit, it's crazy. And I'll never forget what he said. He goes, you guys do a style of music that can be done very terribly, very easily, but you managed to do it well.
I feel the same way about those guys, honestly. I feel the same way about Cradle of Filth. There's something to be said about a band that's been around that stood the test of time like that. And yeah, especially in a genre like that so many bands have one good album that everybody knows about or something,
I forgot about this. Someone mentioned that Macho Man Randy Savage played bass during our Nashville show. That's right. That was our friend Mike Rourke.
Yeah, 52 Ways.
Oh my God, dude. The best Macho Man Randy Savage impersonation you will ever find. That dude is amazing.
Yeah, he's great. I've got some really old pictures I'll have to dig up of us playing in Marietta. I played at like a comic book shop with you. Remember that?
Yeah, Swayze's.
Yeah, that place was awesome.
It was a comic book shop with a giant cardboard cutout of Patrick Swayze at the door.
Yeah, and we played with those guys, the 52 Ways.
Do you remember, speaking of Georgia, when we played, what town was it? When John, he sold his four-wheeler so he could, I felt so bad, he sold his four-wheeler so this kid would play his town. But do you remember when we stayed at his house and his dog, Scrappy Biggums?
Yeah, and he was eating fireworks that were lit.
Yo, check this out, you guys. We played in Georgia, and this guy named John, God bless him, man. He was awesome. But he was just like, hey, man, you guys want to come back to my house and stay? We're like, yeah, we need a place to stay. We get to his house. And he's like, has the cutest little, like, Jack Russell Terrier pug, like a jug.
Yeah.
Running around. It's just like, and we're like, yo, man, your dog's awesome. He's like, that's Scrappy Biggums. And we're like, oh, my God, its name's Scrappy Biggums. He's like, check this out. He straight up would take fireworks. Right? He'd take the charge up. They would pop. And the second he reached on top of the fridge and just pulled the fireworks out, the dog was like, arr, arr. We watched this guy. We watched him for an hour just throw fireworks to his dog, and the dog. It was like cartoons, where like there's like black soot on the side of his face.
He was like, "Nah, man, he likes it. He likes it."
Oh man, he loves fireworks. That's when we hit that 7-foot long fucking snake, that black mamba snake or whatever it was. Yeah. I was like, what? I was like, why is that a water hose going across the road? And then I was like, oh my God. But
one of the last times I went out west with you, we had to dodge some horses. That was like the first I had ever seen that when we were out in New Mexico.
Dude, that was some crazy shit.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of video of that.
You guys, you should post that. You guys, maybe Nate will post this, and you'll know what this is. But we were on our way to Taos, New Mexico. Beautiful area, man. And like the promoter calls and says, "Hey, where are you at?" And we're like, "Wherever we were." He's like, "Watch out for the horses." And we're like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "There's wild stallions." We're like, "Wild stallions." He's like, "No, man, be careful. Like they're aggressive and dangerous." And we're like, "Okay." Sure enough, man. We just see these like majestic beasts like running down the road next to us. It's like never ending story, man. It was like watching Atreyu on like hunting the wild purple buffalo. I couldn't believe it. And then we saw those two horses in the road fighting.
Yeah.
You have video of that, right?
Yeah, I do. Who can say that? Watching two steeds go at it, you know? Right.
We watched two steeds go at it in the middle of the road. And the closer we got, the more like they turned on us like, what? Come at us, bro.
Dude, I actually just talked to Adam Guerrero not too long ago.
Oh, dude, what's up, man? Looking at Adam. I love him.
He's doing good, man. He's just, he still works for that music instrument company, and he's playing in a band called
Los Ochos Calacas.
Yeah, and they're getting huge shows down in Mexico, dude. Like, they played Knotfest, I think. Yeah,
I saw that, man.
And he said it's all going really well, dude. So I'm happy for him. He's an awesome guy, really fun to tour with, man.
Yeah, dude. He's like a little wind-up toy. And hey guys, we're talking about Adam from. He was in the Necromantics for a bit. He played drums for us on a tour. Awesome drummer, awesome dude.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, dude, it's been fucking fun, man. Just appreciate all you guys coming out here tonight. I think we're gonna wrap up episode 3, 4. I don't know what it is. 4.
You should keep doing this after this. Just a side note.
I will.
After all of this is said and done, I think this is really cool, man.
As long as people keep coming back, man. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Because I'm here for you guys out there. You know, I'm not. I know these stories and stuff. I don't need to tell them to be cool. I just want to let you guys in on what's going on over here in my weird world. Oh, Thorian is waving hi. Tell him I said hi, dude.
Hey.
Thorian. 4. We're on episode 4. As they say in Europe. Yeah, you missed the Hasselhoff story. I hassled the Hoff. He was eating yogurt and I chased him with the camera and he ran away. Night Rider style. But yeah, we'll have to do that. So, I'll be here next week. If you guys are going to be here next week, I'll come up with some more music to play for you. Check out my playlist on Spotify, Fringe Influences. Go follow it. Stop by Corpse with No Name store. Pick up a shirt if you want. If you're so inclined, stop by Nate's store. Pick up something from him. Check out his podcast, Nightmare City. Awesome shit going on there. Subscribe to it. Thank you guys for naming your kids after me. Thanks for getting tattoos of my artwork. Just thanks for being cool. I really appreciate it. So yeah, next week, if you guys are coming in late, I'm full of false endings here. Just make sure that you check out Scarlett Street. That's our movie, okay? Scarlett Street by Fritz Lang. And we'll talk about that next week.
Cool. I got something to watch. Thank you for having me on, Ghouls. I really appreciate it, man.
Dude, always, man. Always a pleasure to see you, dude.
Can't wait to see you in the flesh, man. It'll be sooner than later.
I know, man. Chest bumps. Coming your way.
All right, buddy.
All right, take it easy, brother.
You too, buddy. Take care.
Bye. All right, you guys. All right, dudes, we're going to head out of here. So thank you very much once again. I'm repeating myself, sorry. But I hope you guys had a good time tonight. Hope you enjoyed the music. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you next week. All right? Long live the horror. Guten Abend.